I'm Di. Today my face will be staying away from the lens of my camera for two reasons. Firstly, it's school holidays here and my crazy son will definitely come to try and video bomb me if he hears me recording in my craft room. Secondly, I kind of tried to cut my own hair and things didn't go too well. Don't normally cut my own hair, but I was having trouble finding time getting to a hairdresser and I was just so over my split ends being so gross. So I tried to trim them and I got a little carried away with the scissors. Let's just say I should never become a hairdresser. Anyway, let's dive into today's project. As you know from the title, I'm going to do a little more of Create This Book too. A few weeks ago, I had a stab at completing it in one video. Totally failed at that. But I'll leave a link in the comments if you want to check that video out. But after that failed attempt, it did inspire some motivation within me to keep on with it and complete some more pages. And I thought, why not get a little extra with the creativity and challenge myself to use some makeup tools. So let's get this party started. First up, let me show you the makeup tools I'll be trying to use today. I purchased a set of eye makeup brushes. There's 6 in there. 6? That's a lot just for eyes. I just use one brush for my eyes. That's it. The whole thing done. One brush. Clearly I should not be a beautician as well as a hairdresser. First we have a concealer brush that looks nice and fluffy. Next is a precision crease brush. What's that for? My eyes have enough creases in them. I can't imagine wanting to draw more on there. Then we've got an angled eye brush. I'm thinking that flat style will be handy. Then a blending brush and an all-over eye brush. And finally, an angled eyeshadow brush. Wow, that's so many brushes just for eyes. Here I have a nail art tool set that has some really fine detailed brushes and a dotting tool. I'm a little more familiar with these. I also picked up some blender sponges. The first one is a cone-shaped one, and then I've got this pack of wedge-shaped ones. Don't know what the difference is supposed to be when you're actually using it for your face. I'm just a bit old school and use fingers when I do my foundation. So hopefully this will be enough utensils to be getting on with it. Now as far as the medium goes, I want to use this gorgeous set of watercolour paints. They're metallic and kind of actually look like a palette of eyeshadows, don't you reckon? They're really shimmery and pretty and they keep their shimmer when dried on paper. So what to paint with these? I've chosen this prompt, create colour temperature. Use warm colours here and use cool colours there. Now I'm not really great at watercolour painting, so I'm gonna try something I've actually done before, and it's just something really easy and chill. I won't paint straight into the book. I'll need some watercolour paper as the pages in this book just won't take that much moisture. 2 equal pieces and some washi tape to create a border. Now, like I said, this is just a real chill piece to paint. Just not sure how well it's going to work out using makeup brushes as my tools, but we'll give it a go anyway. So I just start by painting some flowy lines as thick as the brush onto the paper. Sorry, forgot to hit record at the beginning. Then I'll go back and soften the corner areas to keep it looking really flowy. Now, I originally did this style of painting a few years ago on a canvas, and back then I didn't soften the edges, I just left them. But more recently, I saw that easy water look pattern tutorial thing, and they did something a little loosely similar to this in a sense, but they rounded off the edges and corners. So when I did this again recently for some relaxation, I decided to do it too. I rounded off the corners and it definitely looks better. I've used a different colour to paint the background, and now it's time to add a bit of depth. I do that by choosing a darker version of the colours I've already used to make almost like a shadow. Well, it's not really a shadow, as where I'm placing them doesn't make complete sense, I don't think. As I've said plenty of times before, I'm not an artist, I'm no expert, not even close. I just love playing around with art and experimenting. And this here is just one big abstract art experimentation that I enjoy because it's relaxing. There you are, the cool colour one is done. Not quite how I wanted it to look, but let's move on with the warm colours. This time I want to use the blender sponges to do the background first. I've not done it this way before, but let's just see what happens. Wow, that sponge is amazing. Look how flawlessly it is applying the paint. Maybe I should actually start using these things on my face. Anyway. Now I'll pop on a different warm colour for the flowy lines. These makeup brushes aren't half bad as paintbrushes. I'm having a little trouble not having the right sizes to pull this off properly, but overall they're pretty darn good. I'll definitely be keeping them in my art room for later use. And those nail detail brushes are super. I'm loving it. I'm not really feeling the difference between these and proper paintbrushes, to be honest. Actually, they're better than some of my cheaper ones. And this pack of eye brushes were like 12 bucks. So that's $2 a brush, which I think is not bad value. Like the cool colour painting, I'm going to use a darker shade to go along the edges to create some depth. But this time, I'm just going to do the bottom edge and see how that looks. And voila, a nice easy paint project using makeup brushes. Here's a comparison to how it turned out when I did it last time using normal paintbrushes, and I don't think it's as good, but I'm happy enough with it. Now on with the next piece. I'm gonna give the makeup tools a miss for this prompt. I feel like I gave them a red hot go and they're definitely good, but I have something I really want to paint and I'm gonna need my brushes to do it. So let's create cuteness. My family and I took a little break to my husband's family farm last week and I painted this cute little bunny wearing a mushroom hat using acrylic paint. I really enjoyed painting him, but I wasn't totally happy with the end result, so I want to try him again and make him cuter. So I've done my background and now I'm sketching out my little bunny friend. Why is he wearing a mushroom hat? Not really sure. Just kind of felt that's what he wanted. But then I added something he didn't have in the original painting I did, and I gave him a little mushroom buddy to be holding. Colour in the back of the page with pencil and trace it onto the background. Then it's time to paint. I kinda wished I'd taken the time to gesso the bunny first, then start painting him, as my paints aren't opaque enough and it takes extra coats to cover over the blue and green background. But hey, we live and learn. Now, creating shadows and highlights in pictures is my Achilles heel, and I'm shockingly bad at it. Which I didn't actually want a lot of detail in this anyway. I wanted to keep it cute and simple. But for some reason, I just get caught up in the details. Even though I'm telling myself again and again, don't worry about the details, keep the shadows simple, but it's like I can't help myself or something. And then I overdo it and it starts looking weird and I have to go back over it and try to undo all the overdone shadows. See? There. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Ugh, I just want to reach in and take that paintbrush away from her to make her stop. Those ugly dark lines that I think are creating depth are fast wrecking this rabbit. Sorry, Bunny. I promise I'll fix you up soon. There we go. That's a little better. But why does it look like I'm giving him a 5 o'clock shadow? Poor Bunny looks like he's had a rough night. I love what the red mushroom hat does to this picture. To me, it's upping the cuteness factor, plus giving this bunny a real pop of colour. Not entirely happy with the colour of the rabbit itself. Came out a bit too yellow and I wanted him paler, but I can live with it. Getting down to the details is bringing him to life, and I feel like it's time to name him. Rick the Rabbit? Nah. Bob the Bunny? No, I've already named my felted bee Bob. Well, he likes mushrooms, obviously. Bit like a little trippy hippie or something. Hey, that's it. I'll name him Hip. Hip the mushroom-hugging bunny. Cute. The other page needs a little something, so I'll sketch in a few extra mushy mates for Hip, and let me save you the painting process. Magic. One of my favourite parts is ripping off the washi tape. Now, here's a little comparison to the original mushroom hat wearing rabbit that I painted a week ago. And I like Hip much better, but I do wonder if I should have kept that ribbon. Oops, just spotted something I missed. He still needs a little line down the centre of his teeth. Let me just pop that in there. Done. And now let's just add him into the book. So I only got 2 pages done in the book. I was definitely hoping to complete more, but I did spend quite a bit of time on Hip. Here's my makeup brush challenge, just some weird wavy lines in cool and warm colours. Love those metallic watercolour paints though. And Hip my mushroom loving bunny. That's all for today folks, I'll catch you around.